If you're anything like me, a dejected Genshin fan, you're probably very much looking forward to Wuthering Waves coming out. I mean, we are now 2 days and 10 hours and 24 minutes away from having the game come out, and I cannot be more excited for this game. It has blown away everyone in how big this game has got for 3 years worth of development. I mean, we're talking about a complete game rivaling Genshin that was created in 3 years, which is very impressive. I played the CBT2, and I had a fantastic time playing it, and I'm sure every single one here is going to have just as much fun, if not more, when the game launches in just over 2 days now. And it's quite a big thing for us to have now a Genshin competitor. We haven't actually really had one, literally ever. We've had games that have tried, like Tower of Fantasy. I played the beta for that, but I could tell that it wasn't going to be a good game when it came out. And lo and behold, it's been successful, but it's not quite been there to the level that Genshin has been. I mean, yes, Genshin had the COVID buff and everyone wanted to play the game, but if you look at the amount of pre-registrations on Wuthering Waves, we're over 30 million now at this point. So we're now sitting at 32.5 million pre-registers at the moment. That's honestly insane, the amount of people that are interested in this game. Obviously, you're going to have some degree of people having a couple different accounts pre-registered for the future potential of re-rolling. I mean, I've got a couple accounts pre-registered. I'm going to be making a couple different accounts potentially to re-roll. We'll see. I haven't even decided yet if I'm going to do that or not. But it's just so much hype behind this game, and I'm really excited for it. And part of the reason for that is I've just finished my Masters. I'm sitting at home, not really having anything to do and wanting to play games, but let me take you through my daily Genshin grind. It's kind of honestly a bit sad. So I go in, I get the welcome moon. So look at the welcome moon. I go over to the bench, craft some fragile resin, or condensed resin even. Go over to Catherine, speak to her. 1 click to claim, 1 click to dispatch again. The same it's been every single day for years. And then I go into the event, which I've done all the event stuff on a single day. Come in here, claim some rewards. Check, has that completed my commissions? No, it hasn't. I've got one more to do. Go back into the event tab, go back to the thing, claim one more reward. Oh, well, there we go. I change my team to my team for commissions that I'm doing at the moment to farm friendship. Then I claim it. I go out. I go back into the conversation with Catherine. And that's it. Other than claiming my battle pass rewards, that's all I have to do in the game. I mean, obviously, I can do a bit, like, spend my condensed resin now, but if I didn't want to, I could just get off the game. There's nothing really drawing me to playing Genshin as much anymore. I mean, I have a lot of built characters. I mean, the only ones that I don't have built, that I want to build, I have no reason to build. One of them is Farazan. I have a C6, but I don't have a Wanderer or a Zhao. The best I have is Hazo, and it's not really the comp you want to be running him with. And the rest of them, they're not worth it. Sara's not C6 yet. I don't have a Arlecchino to make Candace C6 viable. I don't really play with the cryo units like Rosario or Kaya all that much, so I don't really feel like running Rosario. I don't really need any other shielders. I have a Zhongli, so I don't really have a need to build any of them, and I've already pre-farmed for the next character coming out, Clorand. I have her pre-farmed. Everything. Books, talents. I've got some boss mats still to get from the weekly boss, but everything else has been pre-farmed already. I have nothing else to spend my resin on that I really care. I have a set of the Bond of Life artifact set for her that is usable, with a black sword that I have at R5 already, because I got it for my Ayato and I don't use them anymore. So it's just, there's nothing to do. But Wuthering Waves is different. However, I don't think I'm going to have that same problem in Wuthering Waves. I mean, look at this gameplay. This is one of the bosses in the hologram bosses in Wuthering Waves. This is Rexland playing. He's a fantastic player. He played from the PGR days. He was on the live stream. If you saw the Abomination that was that live stream, luckily I was in bed and didn't see that because it was at like 3 in the morning for me because I'm in the UK, as you can probably tell. But this is incredible. This is the kind of content that I want to be playing. It's hard, it's challenging, it's going to give me something to be able to do and actually feel like it's worth playing and grinding to get good at the game, because Wuthering Waves is way harder in terms of its like fighting and actually doing the fights than in Genshin. I like the system of the reactions in Genshin. I think that's really good, but the difficulty isn't really there, especially not in most content that you play in the game. In most content, you destroy them because it's overworld, or you destroy them because you're in an event and you get some crazy buffs, which is kind of fun to have your characters be crazy buffed. I mean, you'll remember that 66.6% defense ignore that we had at a recent event. That was insane, like ridiculous, but it doesn't make it challenging, and something like this makes it challenging, and that's going to be really cool to be able to play a game that has a challenge to it. And now, Genshin people, with your sunk cost fallacy and your, for some reason, there's some people that hate or have spewed hate towards Wuthering Waves just because it's similar to Genshin and is a good game that looks fun. This is a good thing for you as well, because a game like this coming out that competes with Genshin, the first proper true Genshin competitor we've had, well, ever. There's not been one that's done quite the same. There's been ones that have done similar things, Power Fantasy, and I guess Hoyoverse's own, Honkai Star Rail is kind of similar. It's different in the way it plays, obviously, and the stuff, but it's another successful gacha game that's on this level. But we've not had anything like this, and that's already starting to make things change over at Hoyoverse. They're well aware of the hype and the anticipation for this new game, and that's only going to be a good thing for you. Even if you don't play Wuthering Waves, and you don't have to, it's a free game, you should, I would recommend it. It's a fantastic game, and I played a lot of it, and it was really good, and it plays better. And it's only going to be better when the game actually comes out, which a lot of people's criticisms will probably be solved by the game just coming out and then being able to play it. Why are you complaining about parts of the game that aren't even finalized yet, or you haven't had your hands-on experience? I have, and I enjoyed a lot, and that's going to be a good thing because it's leading to change. We've already got leaks of the Genshin having a new end game content, and although I don't have high hopes for it, I don't think it's going to do very well. From what I can see, it's not even going to be that worth my time to do, because it's just not even difficult. The content isn't even scaled as high as Spiral Abyss is. Spiral Abyss is going to be actually harder, but that's now we're going to be only refreshed once a month instead of every 2 weeks, which is going to be even worse for the people that are wanting challenging content like myself. I've been able to 36 star the Abyss for a long time. I only didn't even start playing at launch. I started playing at the end of the 2.3 update cycle. I've only been playing for 2 and a bit years. But even I, 6 months into the game, was 36 starring, and I've basically 36 starred every single time. There's a little while that I didn't because I stopped playing. And there's a little while that I didn't because I just didn't care to put more time into it, because it was just irritating. The fights weren't enjoyable. They were just irritating because there were things like the Weenut, who just makes half of the battle unable, you're not able to do anything because he's just in the ground. That's not fun content. What's fun content is videos like what I showed you before with Rexland, where the bosses doing mechanics, and each time you go into a higher difficulty, the boss does more. The boss has new moves that you've not seen, so you slowly get better with the different difficulties and learn the bosses. In the open world, it's not much of a challenge. It sometimes can still kill you. I don't remember the last time that I actually died to a world boss in Genshin. I couldn't tell you. It just doesn't happen. But the world bosses still are challenging, but they're not crazy. But when you get into the hologram bosses, they'll kick your ass. If you're not ready for it, they will kick your ass. And it's fun. You can spend 4 hours just getting good. You could also go and grind for a bit, but what's the fun in that? I remember when Honkai Star Rail came out, I remember on I think it was the first or second week of it being out, I spent 5 hours trying to beat the Cocolia boss. I was way underleveled. I think I was like 25 levels underleveled for the event, or for the challenge. And I managed to do it with my sealer and using the abundance to just constantly heal me. And it was fun. It was a challenge. I spent 5 hours doing it. But I haven't really felt like that in a Hoyoverse game in a long time. It's just not as challenging once you've geared up. But this is still going to be challenging, even with gear. It will help. You know, having higher resistances, having more damage will help. But you still got to learn the boss, and that's good. Should you play Wuthering Waves? Well, the answer's up to you. It's a free game. Why not? It's free. Download it, play it, try it. I mean, what are you doing in Genshin anyway? We had a crappy event where you played a rhythm game and 2 story quests and a character came out. We've not had anything else. That's been the update. Oh, Wind Tracer's back. But now it's not as fun. But so you've got nothing else to do. I mean, 2.2 came out for Honkai Star Rail a week ago. And you probably already played all of it. Like I have. I played it within a week of it coming out. And I was studying for my masters. I still played the game a little bit here and there and got through and finished the storyline. Play it. Try it. See what it's like. It's free. If you don't know if you're going to like it or not, just don't put any money in. If you quit it, hey, it's free. Why are people complaining about a game like Wuthering Waves when it's free? You don't have to pay any money to play it. I'm probably going to pay a little bit of money. I probably will do what I do in Genshin, where I get the Battle Pass and their version of the Welkin Moon. But you don't have to. Why not try? You might enjoy. Anyways, that's it for this video. If you like, please like and subscribe. And there's going to be more content on Wuthering Waves, and I will be streaming it when it comes out. Maybe when it comes out exactly, but we'll see. It's going to come out at like 3 in the morning for me. I don't know if I want to be awake at 3 in the morning playing the game. I might be there. You might see me at launch. If not, you might see me sometime in the morning, UK time, playing the game. So I'll see you then.